How's it going, everyone? This is Phone Gaming Connoisseur, and welcome back to another video of Let's Play Mortal Online 2 Beta. Okay, so today we're still running on version 0.1.11.14, and so this is still 2021 when I recorded this, and so basically I was just making my way back to Fabrenum so I can continue to make my game guide videos on another topic, and also, so I just wanted to make my way back to Fabrenum. And so as it turns out, I'm actually recording this after the video, after this gameplay video was recorded, so I'm sort of just providing commentary over on top of the video. So in this video, I'm going to just show you a high-speed pursuit. I ran into I think it was a player killer, and so he gave chase, and so I did try to run away, and so I'm not going to spoil it for you. So I'm just going to talk about. Just talk about what happened, and also just want to say, Happy New Year. If this is if you're watching this in 2022, then Happy New Year, and so I hope you had a good holidays, and hope everything's been going well for you. However, if it is still 2021, then Happy New Year to you as well, because I think by the time you see this, it'll be New Year's Eve or very close to it. Okay, so we're just on our way back to Fabrenum, and so now I'm not really sure my way. I do know that the general direction of how to get back to Fabrenum, but there's as you can see, the with the riverbank, I'm just not quite sure when I should be crossing the river. However, at some point I do try to cross it. So this was completely unexpected. This this recording. I was actually thinking of not recording at all, but I thought, why not? Because you never know. So so I did hit record on Bandicam, and as it turns out, I did run into a player killer. So, but that isn't until a bit later on in the video. So yeah, I have been seeing, I have been seeing quite a number of new players coming into the game, and it's really good to see that. Okay, so at this point I crossed the river, and so not long after that I do run into the player killer who happens to be waiting on the side of the road. So I don't know, I don't know whether that player was playing the role of a highwayman, a highway robbery person who was doing highway robbery. But yeah, it's somewhere along this along this road, and so any minute now we should run into that player killer, or so I thought. Because there we go. There. So you can see him. So he's getting on, and okay, so here we go. So the moment I saw him, I sped up because I wasn't sure what his intentions were. So so in any situation where you see a mounted player, like someone in the wild, just make sure you keep a distance. Just regardless of whether that player is hostile or not, just make sure you keep a distance, and always look back see where that player is, and he looks to be casting a spell of some sort, and my heart was really, really beating very fast at this point, and I actually thought that I was gonna get caught up and die. He was gonna catch up to me, and then he would kill me, and that'll be the end of it. But yeah, I took a detour, and so I think the most important thing to keep in mind when you're in a high-speed pursuit is, to be unpredictable. So you want to be as unpredictable as you can be to the person pursuing you, so that they don't know what you're going to do next. And also keep in mind that in this kind of situation, you do not want to bump into a obstacle that's going to make you stop or slow down. So just try and keep your speed up at all times, and make sure you weave in and out of objects, in between objects, so that to throw the person off, because the person will have to weave through those objects as well. So it's at this point I decided to take a U-turn when I came across the bandit camp, and I went deeper into the woods, and of course making sure that I don't bump into any trees or any creatures or whatnot. So that person is still following. I can see him. And there he is. You can see him on the not far away, but yeah, he is. The distance between him and me is growing, and I am still weaving in and out of trees. And so as you can see, at this point, he's sort of losing line of sight to me. And, so I decided to just continue weaving in and out of, in different directions. And so I think at this point, he's lost a line of sight to me. So if you can use the terrain height and elevations to temporarily mask your approximate location, then you can make them, you can break line of sight from them. And if you do that long enough, then eventually they might just lose track of where you are. And of course, there is no such thing as invisibility in this game. No invisibility, like a icon or anything to click on to turn yourself invisible or transparent. There's no such thing in this game. So if you want to evade or play a stealthy playstyle, then you have to do it using true stealth. That's what I call it. So unlike World of Warcraft, where you hit a button and you turn transparent, in this game, the only stealth that you have is true stealth, where you try and use obstacles and shadows and cover to lower your visible profile, and in some cases obscure it so that it's completely hidden from view. And so at this point, the player has the player has lost line of sight, and I can. Yeah, so that was if I was recording, if I was doing commentary live, at the very moment that this gameplay video was being recorded, then I don't think I would have been able to talk, as my whole, I would have been consumed with trying to get away, and I can remember my heart was beating so fast because, this is the kind of thing that happens, and I only get this when I'm playing games like this, and so I did take a brief, rest to just And yes, my sick horse did grow stronger from this. So I don't know whether it's because I I increased the running speed or whatever. I don't know, but he did grow stronger from this. So which is good. I like it that my horse grows in experience and grows stronger from evading a high speed pursuit, or if you're in the case of if you're a player, someone who's looking out to play a player killer, then your horse would grow stronger as you pursue other players. So you can use places like this to just temporarily to dismount and catch your breath, or just to let your heart rate come down a bit. It's nice that SV added areas like this for people who are running away to have a little place to hide. So yeah, I'm very, very certain that player was out to kill because of his behavior. The moment he saw me, he got up on his mount and yeah, so right now I'm just making my way back to Fabenham very carefully and trying to stay on the high ground whenever I can. So that's the thing, like with this game, I think SV, I really like the direction that SV is taken with this game. On one hand, you can stay on the road, but then that you run the risk of coming across, people like the person that I encountered earlier. So you run that risk, but on the other hand, if you stay off the beaten path and you go into the woods, then you run the risk of encountering more dangerous wildlife and potentially make it easier for you to get lost. So SV is not giving players an easy way out. I don't think that's what they're going for this game. I think they want this game to be full-blown hardcore. Even when it comes to, how you're going to travel, whether on the road or off the road. And I have found that if you dismount and climb down the hill, then it might be a little bit safer for your horse, because as you saw earlier, my horse did take a few falls, and I think horses have a inherent disadvantage when it comes to going down on sloped elevations. I think they have trouble going down without taking falling damage. I think that's just a built-in disadvantage, to balance out the fact that they are a very fast means of travel, and not fast travel, of course. There's no fast travel in this game, but they are a very fast means of getting from point A to B. So that's why I said in one of my earlier game guide videos, your first priority is to get a mount. Everyone will need a mount, and so I think that inherent disadvantage in navigating down sloped terrain is to balance out the fact that horses allow you to travel so fast. Okay, so if I hadn't gotten a horse, if I didn't have a horse, then this would take me twice as long, maybe even more than that, because walking speed or normal jogging speed is just very, very slow, and if you ran, then you run out of stamina and you would have to stop. So that would make the travel time a lot longer. So having a horse is is very crucial and very important for you. So I hope you hopefully you got to got to see, you know, ways that you can, you know, evade a high-speed pursuit if you're in my position, if you were in my shoes, you know, trying to evade a pursuer. And keep in mind, like I mentioned earlier, you know, what I've shown you may or may not work for you. You know, next time if you were to encounter a, you know, a player killer, you know, the techniques that I've used may or may not work. So, but it very much comes down to, you know, the ingenuity of the other player and yourself. Because keep in mind, you are up against a real player. This is not a NPC, you know, bandit chasing after you. This is a real player, and you know, that player, you don't know what that player is going to do, and he may have tricks up his sleeve that you might not have, and vice versa. So that's why I say, you know, out in the wild, it's very much a game of cat and mouse. And you know, when the cat catches up to the mouse, then you know, it becomes a adrenaline pumping scenario, and intense and very high octane, you know. So I think that's one thing about this game that that you have to be aware of, is that out in the wild you run the risk of encountering players like that. So right now I'm just healing my horse, and for some reason it's an illegal action. I don't know why. Maybe SV will fix that at some point. But it shouldn't be an illegal action, because you know, this is my horse. So okay, so I've run out of calamine and water. I should have taken more, but you know, I'm running low on mana anyway, so I'm not gonna. Yeah, maybe I should take up veterinary. Well, I think there's a skill that allows you to heal up your mount effortlessly without resorting to magic or, you know, other means. So as you can see, the town is bustling, you know, with a lot of players, and so even in the closed beta, you know, I am seeing quite a number of players. Probably not as much as when the game first went into you know, when I first did my first episode of the game guide. You know, if you watch that video, you know, the Favenham was just flooded with players, and even the entrance to the bank was just, you know, blocked because there's so many players in the game, in the town. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing more episodes of this, and I have a few other, you know, a number of other topics that I want to cover, and definitely there will be more of videos like this when the game goes into persistent state, when it launches on the 25th, because I think there's a number of features that will be unlocked, and of course thievery will be coming, I think, further down the pipeline, and so thievery will be a very, very interesting feature, and we will see, you know, a return. I think we'll potentially see a return of many former MO1 thieves. I do know a few, like Lasha Nikwa and Grey Fox. So it's going to be very interesting when you know, when the game goes live. But yeah, I think this is where I'll leave it. You know, thank you very much for watching, and hope that you found this video useful. So please do remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I will see you guys next time. This is Fine Gaming Connoisseur. Take care and have a good day.